My entitled MIL wanted my wife to sleep with her sister's husband for a grandchild. My wife agreed, so I left. Now she's begging for forgiveness. Hey Reddit, I, 32M, never thought I'd be sharing a story like this. But here we are. Buckle up, because this is a wild ride. My wife Anna, 30F, and I have been married for 5 years. We always had a great relationship, or so I thought. We'd been trying for a baby for the last 2 years with no luck. It was tough, but we were in it together. At least that's what I believed. Enter my mother-in-law Karen, 58F. She's always been a piece of work, but this takes the cake. Karen has been obsessed with having grandchildren since the day we got married. She'd constantly ask when we were going to give her grandbabies. It was annoying, but we mostly ignored it. About a month ago, Karen came over for dinner. Anna's sister, Lisa, 32F, and her husband, Mike, 34M, were also there. Everything seemed normal at first, but then Karen dropped a bombshell that would change our lives forever. Karen: Anna, darling, I've been thinking about your situation. Anna: What situation, Mom? Karen: Well, you know, your fertility issues. I have a solution. I should have known something was off by the gleam in Karen's eyes, but nothing could have prepared me for what came next. Karen: Since Lisa and Mike already have 3 beautiful children, I thought maybe Mike could help you out. The room went silent. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Was my Mill seriously suggesting that my wife sleep with her sister's husband? Me: Excuse me, what? Karen: Oh, don't be so old-fashioned. It's just a simple solution. Mike's proven he can father children, and this way, the baby would still be family. I looked at Anna, expecting her to shut this down immediately, but to my horror, she looked contemplative. Anna: I don't know, Mom. That's a big ask. Me: Anna, you can't seriously be considering this. Karen: Now, don't be selfish. Don't you want to give Anna a child? Don't you want me to have a grandchild? I was furious. I stormed out of the house, needing some air. When I came back, everyone had left except Anna. She tried to talk to me, but I was too angry and hurt to listen. I slept on the couch that night. The next few days were tense. Anna kept trying to bring up the Mike situation, as she called it. I refused to discuss it, making it clear that it was completely out of the question. I thought that was the end of it. How wrong I was. A week later, I came home from work to find a letter on the kitchen table. My heart sank as I read it. Dear John, I know you don't agree with Mom's idea, but I can't ignore this opportunity. I want a baby so badly, and if this is what it takes, then so be it. I'm going to Lisa and Mike's place for the next few days. Please try to understand. Love, Anna. I felt like my whole world had collapsed. The woman I loved, who I thought I knew, was willing to betray our marriage for a baby. And not just any baby, but one fathered by her sister's husband. I couldn't stay in that house a minute longer. I packed a bag with essentials, withdrew half our savings, which was rightfully mine, and left. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I just disappeared. I spent the next 2 weeks in a cheap motel, trying to figure out what to do next. I ignored all calls and messages from Anna, her family, and even my own family when they started calling. I just couldn't deal with any of it. Yesterday, I finally turned on my phone. The flood of messages was overwhelming, but one stood out. It was from Anna. John, please come home. I made a terrible mistake. I didn't go through with it. I realized how stupid and selfish I was being. I love you, and only you. Please forgive me. There were dozens more like it, each more desperate than the last. Part of me was relieved that she didn't go through with it, but another part couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal. She had been willing to do it. She had left with the intention of sleeping with Mike. How could I ever trust her again? I'm still at the motel, trying to decide what to do. Anna keeps calling and texting, begging for another chance. My friends say I should hear her out, that people make mistakes. But this wasn't just a small mistake. This was a deliberate choice to betray our marriage. Karen, the witch who started all this, has been leaving angry voicemails. She's furious that I abandoned Anna and ruined her perfect plan for a grandchild. It's almost laughable how delusional she is. Lisa called too, apologizing profusely. Apparently, she and Mike were horrified by Karen's suggestion and never would have agreed to it. At least someone in that family has some sense. So here I am. Reddit. My life has been turned upside down in just a few weeks. I love Anna. Or at least I loved the person I thought she was. But how can I move past this? How can I ever look at her the same way again, knowing she was willing to sleep with her sister's husband just for a baby? Part of me wants to give her another chance. We've been through so much together, and 5 years of marriage isn't something to throw away lightly. But another part of me feels like this betrayal is too big to forgive. What should I do, Reddit? Should I hear Anna out? Try to rebuild our marriage? Or is this the kind of breach of trust that you can never come back from? And what about Karen? How do I deal with a Mael who thought it was okay to pimp out her son-in-law and destroy 2 marriages in the process? If Anna and I do work things out, I don't think I could ever be in the same room as Karen again. I'm lost, hurt, and angry. Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks for reading this far, if you made it. Writing it all out has been somewhat cathartic, even if... Update. Wow, this blew up overnight. Thank you all for your comments and support. To answer some common questions. Yes, we had fertility tests done. I have a low sperm count, but it's not impossible for us to conceive naturally. We were considering IVF as a next step. No, we hadn't discussed other options like sperm donors or adoption yet. We were still hopeful about conceiving naturally. For those asking why Anna's sister didn't offer to be a surrogate instead, I have no idea. That would have been a much more reasonable suggestion, though still complicated. Many of you have suggested therapy, both individual and couples counseling. If I decide to give this another chance, that will definitely be a requirement. I'm still processing everything and haven't made a decision yet. Your perspectives have given me a lot to think about. I'll update if there are any major developments. Thanks again, Reddit.